So after yesterday's video, learning about the connection, or actually the timing of when the day of Jehovah's wrath begins, or where when the trigger is pulled, however you want to look at it, however you want to say it. In light of all of that, I figured that today that I would do a video showing you how much food you're going to need. Okay? I'm going to make it extremely simple. It's going to be a Daniel the prophet type of diet. Pulses. Okay? So, to a recap of yesterday, I'm not going to spend too much time on these scriptures. I'm going to spend some time on it, but not too much. What I did not know until yesterday and the day before yesterday was the connection. That it was like a missing connection here. The missing connection, the missing link is here. The fifth messenger sounded, and I saw, it says a star in King James Version. But the word can be a star or multiples, because you see it right here. NASB, stars come first, or meteors. Okay? But King James Version has a star, as in singular. Well, King James Version is notably wrong many, many times. Okay? So what that does is that connects with the sixth seal. It does. And I beheld, and when he had opened up the sixth seal, and lo, there was a great earthquake, and the sun became black as sackcloth of hair, and the moon became as blood, and the star, or see, look, is it stars or star? It's the same word. Fell from heaven unto the earth as a fig tree cast, so a horrible meteor shower falls upon the earth. What part of the earth? When she is shaken with a mighty wind, that heaven departed as a scroll when it is rolled, and all the mountains and coastlands. Is such a horrible event, a great earthquake and all of that, and they're all hiding. Everybody's hiding, right? For the great day of his wrath has come. Okay? And this also then connects with to show wonders in the sky and in the earth, blood, fire, and Timara, palm-like columns of smoke, and the sun shall be turned into darkness, and the moon into blood before the great, or facing the great and terrible day of Jehovah come. That's same time. So this is connected, okay? So if we go back here and look at this carefully, it says, and there arose a smoke. Now this word, abyssos, boundless, bottomless. Now a well is a place of water, boundless water. And he opened up the abyssos, and there arose a smoke out of the water, the well, as a smoke of a great furnace. What will that smoke of a great furnace do? It will cloud out the sun. It will cloud out the moon. But wait, Henry, you said that the nuclear weapons would do that. They will. They will. What I am telling you is that this stroke, this plague from Jehovah will cause the world to go into nuclear war. This is what I'm trying to tell you. Okay? So what I'm going to do here is, for instance, the beast, the dragon stood upon the sand of the seashore. And I stood upon the sand of the sea, and the beast rose up out of the sea. What sea? Well, that's the Mediterranean Sea. Okay. And that's in reference to Rome. Daniel talks about he had a dream. And in the vision by night, and behold, the four winds of the sky strove upon the great sea. Well, the Greeks also referred to the Mediterranean Sea as the Great Sea. Now, there is an abyssal zone in the Mediterranean Sea. Believe it or not, that's the reason why it's called the abyss. The abyssal zone in the Mediterranean Sea refers to the deep, dark area of the seafloor generally found between 3,000 and 6,000 meters, approximately 10,000 to 20,000 feet. This zone is characterized by extremely high pressure. And where is it located? Now, there are abyssal zones, obviously, in other ocean areas as well. But the area that the scripture is talking about is the Great Sea, which is the Mediterranean Sea. Now what we want to do is we want to find out where the abyssal zone is. The deepest point in the Mediterranean Sea is the Calypso Deep, located in the Ionian Sea part of the Hellenic Trench. It reaches a depth of approximately 5,122 meters, 16,804 feet. This area is located or situated between 60 kilometers, 37 miles west of the Peloponnese Peninsula in Greece. That would be right, probably, I would say, in this area here. I don't know why they mentioned Greece. It's closer, actually closer, the deeper part. Well, maybe right here in this little area, right there. Okay? That's where it's at. Now, what countries came out of the abyssal area and attacked Israel? Well, both Greece and Rome did in the past. Okay. Going back to what I want to tell you is this. This situation right here. This is not a star fell from heaven. This is the same as this. There was a great earthquake, and the sun became black as sackcloth of hair, and the moon as blood, and the meteors of heaven fell unto the earth like a fig tree cast her untimely figs when shaken with a might. So it is many, many, many. And where are they going to fall? In the Mediterranean Sea. In the Mediterranean Sea, folks. Probably around Italy and Greece is what I suspect. And it's going to make so much smoke, an extreme amount of smoke and water vapor in the air, steam. What I'm telling you is this event is going to pull the trigger. This event is Zechariah what in Zechariah 14. It's also Haggai 2 verses 18 through 24. Okay? This shall be the verse 12, wherewith Jehovah, not the Lord, will smite the people that fought against Jerusalem. Who fought against Jerusalem? Greece and Rome. Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet, and their eyes shall consume away in their holes, and their tongue shall consume away in their mouth. Now, when King James Version says it shall come to pass in that day, it looks like, and then comes this. No, it's because of this. Because in that day, a great tumult from Jehovah. What is that great tumult? We now know that great tumult that causes them to launch nukes at each other is all of the meteors that fall out of the sky around the abyssal zone of the Mediterranean Sea. Shall be among, it's from Jehovah. And they shall lay hold on the hand of his neighbor, and his hand shall rise up against the hand of his neighbor. It's going to cause a great tumult upon the earth. Oh, great! See, the nuclear warnings are already here. There are warnings of Russia's perimeter system. Donald Trump claiming he's going to send nuclear submarines over right up to Russia to warn them, to watch their mouth, and all of that stuff going on. But Jehovah is going to pull the trigger on this. He's going to do it. And just point of reference here, just like I pointed out yesterday. These fellow servants and their brethren should be killed as the other prophets were. Those are the two witnesses. So the two witnesses come next. The two witnesses are in the sixth shofar sound. They are in after this nuclear war takes place, right here. You have to step over the summary of Revelation 10 to go to Revelation 11 to finish off the sixth shofar sound. The two prophets, the two martyrs. See? Now, one thing I need to mention is the fifth shofar sound, the sixth shofar sound, and the seventh shofar sound are the three woes. A woe is an extreme. It is a plague of the extreme. It is Oh, woe. If you know the English language, you know what a woe is. Woe. It is greater than all of the other shofar sounds. Worse for the world. The three woes. They're tied together. That's what I'm getting at. The three woes are tied together. Okay? And once again, a point of reference. I'll show that to you about the three woes. Okay? This is after the fourth shofar sound. And I beheld, and I heard a messenger flying through the midst of the sky, saying with a loud voice, Woe, woe, woe to the inhabitants of the earth by reason of the other voices of the shofars of the three messengers which are yet to sound. So what is a woe? It is an exclamation of grief. Why is there grief? Because many, many people are going to die in each of these three woes. It's going to be an extreme event, each of them. So what I'm trying to tell you is this. What I'm trying to tell you is that King James Version, and probably the other versions as well, have diminished the extremeness of the woe that is the fifth shofar sound. Let's see, where is it? That is the fifth shofar sound. In fact, the translation of the scripture has pointed us not into this area, but into the latter part of what happens after. This is multiple, a shower of meteors in the Mediterranean Sea. And when this happens, folks, it's an extreme, extreme event for the whole earth, not just Europe, not just North Africa. So what I want to do today, and for those of you who are in North Africa, in Europe and all of that, first of all, if you are a Jew and you are in Europe, find your way to Israel. Do it. This is a serious omen for Europe. Get out. Right? And you might say, well, why not North Africa? The two martyrs are going to come for the people of Israel. They're going to go to Tarshish, they're going to go to Pul, and they're going to go to Lud, according to Isaiah 66 in the lower half of the chapter. I can't remember. Pul was a king of Assyria, I believe. And Lud or Ludum was a king of Egypt. I might have got that backwards. And it's also mentioned in Hosea that they will be coming from the west, from Egypt and from Assyria. And Isaiah 66 says from Tarshish, Pul, and Lud. So the west would be pillars of Heracles, according to Pliny the Elder. Okay? You wonder who Pliny the Elder? Well, I did a whole series of videos on that, okay? So you can go look up those videos. But what I want to address right now today is, what do you do about your food supply? Well, the first place you should try would be Costco or Sam's Wholesale. It's going to be cheaper to actually get a membership to go to Sam's Wholesale or Costco. They go get your beans. They'll have 50-pound bags of pinto beans. Okay? If you don't want to go get it, if you want it delivered to you, go to webstaurantstore.com. Only thing is, you have to type in a particular name, like you make up something, a company name. Just make up a company name. They'll accept it. And they have 50-pound bags also, but it's going to shipping is going to cost you. Okay? All right. Now, what you're also going to need is bay leaves. Amazon has got it. You only need 1 pound of bay leaves. That's going to be enough. Okay? What do bay leaves do? All right, so I stored away a bunch of rice years and years ago. And about 5 years ago, I had eaten the last of it that was 13 years old. Rice is not going to, this is not parboiled rice. Parboiled rice keeps longer than regular white rice. And you don't want to get brown rice, because brown rice goes bad early. It does. Parboiled rice is the best to last long. You put bay leaves in there. What you do is you put bay leaves on the bottom of a bucket or a barrel. Just layer it, not just cover it the bottom up, but just sprinkle it on the bottom. Pour your beans in there, a layer of about maybe 4 inches or so, and then spread some bay leaves on top of that, and over again until you get the barrel filled. Now, how much are you going to need? You're going to need approximately, for 175-pound man, you're going to need approximately 300 pounds a year of each, so that you can eat 2 meals a day. Now, I know some of you say, well, I can get meat. That's fine. This is just your basic. This is, in the whole equation, this is 2 plus 2 equals 4. You can figure out the 8 plus 8, or the 8 times 8 equals 64. You can figure all that out for yourself. All I'm doing is pointing you in a direction that you can do this, and do this quickly. Quickly, because you need to do it quickly. What am I going to put it in? What kind of containers? And there's also food grade diatomaceous earth that you can get see, what I do is I will use both diatomaceous earth and bay leaves to make it double protection. But you don't have to use diatomaceous earth. You can just use bay leaves. I've proven that rice will last at least 13 years if sealed with bay leaves. Now, this bucket that I used was Homer buckets that had a seal on top of it, on the lid. Okay? So, what can you put them in? Well, you can go on Facebook Marketplace and you can find barrels like these, the 55 to 60 gallon barrels. Food grade barrels, make sure you wash them out. Some of them are pickle barrels, and those are really hard to get the stink out. Okay? Where I live, they're pickle barrels. Where other people live, they're olive barrels. Olive barrels are not going to be near as hard to get the stink out. Okay? And On Facebook Marketplace, they should not be any more than $30. Now, if you're just going to go by water weight, which is going to be different from grain weight or bean weight, 55 or 58 gallons times 8, £464. Okay, so there you are. A family will probably going to need 4 of these barrels, 4 or 5 of them. You're probably going to need more beans than rice. It'll probably go 2 to 1. That's my guess. So, but I'm just giving you a basic template, a basic outline. You're going to need 300 pounds of beans and whatever. I would just go ahead and say 300 pounds of rice per 175 pound man per year. This event is going to take place for 2 years, or close to 2 years. 5 months in the 5th shofar sound, and a year, a month, and a day for the great nuclear exchange. So you're talking 18 plus months. I'm going to say 2 years. So go with 2 years, and once the 2 witnesses show up to demand all the countries, Tarshish first, to hand over all Jews and all Zionists to Israel, to bring them to Israel. They must bring them there. Okay? You're going to need 2 years supply of food. So that's my warning to you. I'm telling you, get on it right now. It's much easier to do it today. Oh, I want to give you one more scripture. Where is it? I had it up here too. But that's okay. I'm going to go to Matityahu 25. And I'm going to prove to you I am right about getting a food supply ready. Because this is talking about the same exact event. Alright. See, now I know what this means. You know, I've been struggling just like everybody else to find out what it means. But once I know what it means, I'm not going to hide it. I'm not going to dig it into the dirt and bury it. No, it's going to go out on this channel. It's going to go out to the public. And then shall the kingdom of heaven be likened unto 10 virgins which took their lamps and went forth to meet the bridegroom. The 5 of them were wise, and 5 of them were foolish. And they that were foolish took their lamps, and they took no oil with them. They had the utensils. They had the appliance, but they didn't have stored up extra, for the appliance. No oil with them. But the wise took oil in their vessels alongside their lamps. They were ready. But while the bridegroom tarried, they all slumbered and slept, and at midnight there was a cry made. Well, who made the cry? Behold, the bridegroom comes, go you out to meet him. It's the 2 witnesses that's going to make that cry. Then all those virgins arose and trimmed their lamps, and the foolish said unto the wise, give us of your oil, because our lamps are gone out. They don't have. The wise had something, and the foolish had nothing. So they were asking them, give me, give me. What? When a catastrophic event occurs, people who did not prepare themselves are asking people who prepared themselves for something. Right? Yes. But the wise answered and saying, never, never, lest there be not enough for us and you. But go to them that sell and buy for yourselves. And while they went to buy, the bridegroom came, and they were ready with him in the marriage, and the door was shut. And afterward came the other virgins, saying, Master, Master, open unto us. And he will say unto them, Verily I say unto you, I know you not. Watch you therefore, and this is the reason for the whole parable. Watch, be awake therefore, not be sleeping like all 10 of them were doing, but be awake and watch therefore, because you do not know the day nor the hour when the Son of Man comes. But you will know the timing when Jehovah pulls the trigger. You will know the timing of when he comes, sort of, when he pulls the trigger. But when Jehovah pulls the trigger, you don't know. I don't know. But we know we're getting close, because you have the nuclear situation going on. Worst, far worse than what was going on in the Cold War. So I plead with you to get your food supply, and get it now.